All right, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our press conference for the UAAP Season 87 Volleyball Tournaments. I'm Sam Corrales, and I'm going to be one of your hosts for today.
And my name is Kyla Kingsu, and I'm going to be Sam's co-host for this event. Good afternoon, everyone. What a pleasure it is to be here and to see very, very familiar faces. I can feel the excitement here. Now, can you guys believe that within just a few days, we will be witnessing the intense, exciting action that only the UAAP brings every single year? And it's only right that we meet the people who made this UAAP Season 87 Volleyball Tournament possible. Now, first off, we would, of course, like to acknowledge the presence of the UAAP Board of Managing Directors, beginning with Mr. Dolrich Bo Perasol, Treasurer of the UAAP Season 87.
Father Rock Joseph Enriquez CM, Adamson University.
We have Mr. Emmanuel Fernandez of Ateneo de Manila University.
Miss Jennifer Jade Saret, Ateneo de Manila University.
We have Sir Emmanuel M. Kalanov of De La Salle University.
Mr. Edwin Theodoro C. Reyes from De La Salle University.
We have Mark Oliver P. Molina of Far Eastern University.
Mr. Anton R. Montenola of Far Eastern University.
We have Mr. Rustico Camangyan of National University.
Mr. Leo Robert Viajar, University of the East.
Last but not the least, we have Ms. Gilda Maria Paz Camus of University of Santo Tomas.
And for our next VIP in attendance, let's all welcome from our broadcast partners, Signal TV's AVP, Head of Channel Management and Programming, Ms. Risa Gilas. And Sports Content Head, Mr. Miko Halili. And of course, let's not forget to acknowledge Volleyball Commissioner, this UAAP Season 87, Mr. Mike Verano. And last but definitely not the least, UAAP Executive Director, Attorney Rene Andre Q. Sagisag. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Kyla, how excited are you for what's about to unfold in this press conference?
Well, Sam, I am very, very excited to say the least. It's been a while since we've last seen some UAAP volleyball action, but of course, we have to remind everyone that it is already having its first serve this Saturday opening weekend. But before we get to that, of course, we have to start this program the right way, Sam.
That's right. On that note, let us now call on the treasurer of UAAP Season 87, Bo Perasol, for the opening remarks.
Thank you to our ravishing executive director, Rebo Sagisag. Focus, please. To our commissioner, Mike Verano, to our broadcast partners, of course, Ms. Riza, Kuya Miko, and to my fellow Board of Managing Directors, and of course, to our media partners, you have been very instrumental in making this sport in this level right now. So, parang kailan lang, and I know also that this event is very special because you seldom see Mr. Anton Montinola, So, but he's here, and I know that this is very special. So, and parang kailan lang we just opened the UAAP, and we feel that it's going to be the second semester sports as we usher in the opening of the volleyball season. As we remember the opening of the volleyball season, we also remember as we usher the other sports. We are going to be ushering baseball, softball, tennis, and to name a few. But we're really excited for volleyball and what your role would be into our community. And that's why as we become stronger and better together, let's all remember that the youth who are watching us, hindi lang po entertainment ang pinapanood nila, kundi yung inspiration. They always look for you to be inspired. So sa inyong lahat, magandang hapon and welcome to our press conference. Thank you.
All right, and thank you as well for that meaningful message to our ravishing treasurer, Coach Bo Verasol. Now, Kyla, it's time to hype up the room even more. And how exactly are we supposed to do that?
Well, you can all relax because all you have to do is focus on the big screen over here in just a bit because, Sam, as we know, 2025 is such a big year for men's volleyball, especially here in the Philippines as we are set to host the 2025 FIVB Men's World Championship. Now that sounds very exciting, but before we get to that event, of course, let's focus here in the UAAP, and with that, let's tune into this.
The fiercest collegiate volleyball teams are ready to battle for glory. This is more than a game. It's a legacy in the making. This is UAAP Season 87 Men's Volleyball. Legends start here.
Wow, Kyla, that gave me the chills.
The
Grabe,
fierce
so exciting to see our men's volleyball players in action very soon. And actually, we have them with us here in the venue. So let me call on our Adamson Falcons. We have Coach Rafi Moswella. And hitters, John Gay and Lawrence Domingo.
From Ateneo Blue Eagles, we have Coach Vince Mangulabnan. We also have Lance De Castro and Kennedy Batas.
From the De La Salle University Green Spikers, Coach Jose Roque. Menard Guerrero and Echo Adahar.
Next, from Far Eastern University Tamaraws, we have Coach Edison Orculio. We also have Jelor Dalisayan and Benny Martinez.
And from the defending champions, National University Bulldogs, Coach Dante Alinsulurin. We've also got Leo Aringo and Ruenzmel Tagibolos.
From the University of the East Red Warriors, we have Coach Jerome Buhit. We also have Sean Kamaymayan and Isaiah Roca.
From the hosts, University of the Philippines Fighting Maroons, Coach Carlo Cabatingan. Giancarlo Samaniego and Brandy Clemente.
And last but not the least, of course, we have the UST Golden Spikers with Coach Oji Mamon. We also have Doc Siambao and, of course, our MVP, Josh Ibanez.
All right, thank you for being here with us. At this point of the program, we want to have a little chat with our executives here in the venue as well. So our first question is actually going to go to you, Attorney Rebo Sagisag. So this is actually the third straight year that Signal will be broadcasting the UAAP men's volleyball matches. How do you think broadcasting the men's matches on a consistent basis helps grow the sport?
I guess because of the exposure, no? I mean, and aside from that, we're also making a big push because we know that Gen Z, including Coach Bo, have now a habit into referring to other platforms like their social media accounts, and there's a push, to have our student athletes from the men's side have the proper exposure as well. And there are a lot of personalities there that deserve to be seen and appreciated, not only as student athletes, but the stories behind these student athletes.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Edie Rebo. Now, Kyla?
Sam, we also have a question for our commissioner. Commissioner Mike, do you think that some of our talents from, here in the UAAP men's volleyball scene can actually make the lineup for the FIVB men's world championship? Any names that come top of mind?
I think anything is possible for the men's team, no? We have a ton of talent, both in the men's and the women's teams. But as Attorney Rebo said, we're trying to push the men's team. So if they perform to the best of their ability, which I'm sure they can, anything is possible for them to join the national team.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. And that sounds very, very exciting. Now, Sam, it's time to move on to the ladies' side of things. I'm sure everybody is very hyped up, and I can already hear all the excitement online. So kindly direct your attentions again to the big screens, and let's watch this from the women's division.
From students, to athletes,
to becoming legends. We receive criticism
But we set our minds
to rise above.
and deflect the noise.
We may get hurt, but these sacrifices shape us.
so when our time comes, we're ready to start.
this is UAAP Season 87 Women's Volleyball, and legends start here.
Wow, Kyla, let's give it up for the women's volleyball division. Grabe, that gave me the goosebumps. When I heard the whistle, everybody here in the venue was like, parang tumingin din. So that's super exciting, and we gotta watch out for the men's and women's
It's just a
volleyball
little sneak peek
divisions.
of what's to come this opening weekend, which will be actually here at the MOA Arena. Now, Sam, it's time to meet the faces and the names who will be battling in the women's division. Let's begin with the Adamson Lady Falcons. We have Coach JP Yuden. From Adamson, we also have Faye Sagaysay and Shayna Nituro.
From the Ateneo Blue Eagles, Coach Sergio Veloso. Also from Ateneo, Tax Fujimoto and Lian de Guzman.
From De La Salle University Lady Spikers, we have Coach Noel Orculio. We also have Aliyah Maluluan and Angel Canino.
From the Far Eastern University, Lady Tamaraos, Coach Tina Salak. We've also got Tin Ubaldo and Clarice Loresco.
Of course, our defending champions in National University Lady Bulldogs, we have Coach Sherwin Meneses. We also have Erin Pangilinan and MVP Bella Belen.
From the University of the East Lady Warriors, we've got Coach Alan Mendoza Jr. We also have Casey Balingit and Casey Cepada and Riza Nogales.
From our host, the University of the Philippines Fighting Maroons, we have Coach Benson Bokbok. Also here are Nina Itang and Nika Celes.
And last but not the least, from the USC Golden Tigresses, Coach Kung Fu Reyes. We also have Bernadette Pepito and Regina Jurado. Now let's head on over to our question and answer portion for the Season 87 Women's Volleyball. This first question is going to our commissioner. So, Commissioner Mike, are we still going to have any challenges this season, the video challenge? Are there going to be improvements on that aspect, Commish?
Yes, we're going to start the video challenge in the first round. There's going to be an additional challenge added, which would be the reaching beyond or overreaching, as you know. Excuse me. So that's basically what you can expect, and I hope that we can perform to the best of our abilities for all the teams and especially for the coaches and the players.
Thank you, Commissioner Mike.
Now we also have another question for either Commissioner Mike or Sir Rebo. Are there any changes in terms of how team rankings will be determined, or maybe any new awarding systems that will be implemented this season?
The ranking, we always base it on our VIS system, the Volleyball Information System. It's excuse me, it's an accumulation of points per athlete, per player, men and women's, as well as the teams based on their win-loss tally. If there are any ties, we go down to the number of sets won, number of sets lost, so forth and so on. That's basically what we've been using for the past 2 or 3 seasons now.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. Now, last question for either you or Sir Rebo. Can we talk about the UAAP and Signal Partnership broadcast plans for this season 87 of the volleyball tournaments?
Just to add something dun sa question, the earlier question about the awards, no. But this is not just applicable to the sport of volleyball, no. There's actually a new award called the Best Foreign Student Athlete Award, no, which we failed to elaborate on during the opening because we were fixated on some other issues during the basketball press conference. But the idea is, if the Best Foreign Student Athlete emerges as the top candidate, no, where statistical points are available, then he will be awarded the Best Foreign Student Athlete Award, and the next local, the number one local candidate that is the top, who is the leader amongst locals, will be awarded the MVP. The rationale, of course, you might be wondering, no, is because of the growing presence, and some deem it the dominance of the foreign student athletes. The idea of the UAP is to somehow to recognize both local and international talent as a matter of equity. But just like any policy, no, it will never be free, it will never be perfect, it will never be free from any and all infelicities. But the UAP guarantees that we are a progressive league. In fact, we just finished our another workshop on our internal rules when we continue to review policies. No? But for now, we think this is a step forward, and we'll see how it goes from there. And as for,
Thank you very much, ED Rebo and Commissioner Mike, for those updates on the volleyball tournaments. And now, earlier, Kyla, you mentioned about the UAAP and Signal broadcast partnership. So, of course, at this point, we want to hear from our broadcast partner, Signal TV. So let's all welcome AVP, Channel Management and Programming, Ms. Risa Gilas.
Thank you, Sam, and good morning, everyone. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to share some key updates about our coverage for the second semester sports. So last year, we started the live coverage of all the volleyball games, so that meant covering even the men's games. While we continue to air games live on our OTT app, Pilipinas Live, and our pay TV channel, Varsity Channel, we're happy to announce that all games, including the men's games, will be aired live on our free-to-air channel, One Sports. So this means that more people will get to watch all the games, whether it's a men's game or a women's game. The reason for this, one reason for this is with the upcoming FIVB World Championships happening this year. So we're really dedicated to building a larger audience for men's volleyball, and we're confident that the exciting matches of the UAAP tournament will help us achieve this. Okay, the second thing we wish to announce, we have some updates, some changes in our broadcast panel. We're adding some fresh faces to our team. We are very happy to announce that we're having some of the best veterans of the game. So we have Den, Lazar Revilla, and Bea De Leon joining our broadcast panel this conference. And then we are also adding 3 new fresh faces to our team of analysts. So we're having Julia Coronel, Michelle Cobb, and Jen Yerva joining our team. So we're excited that they'll be able to share their unique perspectives on the game, and we know that they're going to be able to help elevate our coverage. And a quick note also, we're very proud to say that all 8 correspondents remain homegrown. So each school will continue to be represented by their courtside reporters. So you'll still get more authentic insights on every match coverage. So there, and then aside from volleyball, we will also cover the boys football games, so second round until the finals. And then we're also covering all boys and girls basketball games. So, we're starting this second sem with more sports, more matches. So this allows more fans to enjoy more games and get to know our younger upcoming athletes. So it's a very exciting time for sports, and we're very thrilled to, give you access to all these exciting matches. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Risa, for those updates. I mean, it's always nice to hear, former athletes joining the broadcast, and maybe to tell us more about that process or more updates, we've got our sports content head, Mr. Miko Halili.
Thank you, Sam. As Ma'am Risa said, we look forward to unleashing the talents, the holistic talents of the UAP student athlete. As many of you know, UAP legends, former UAP athletes, UAP icons, and even current UAP athletes, we've given them the platform. So many of you have been interviewed, many of you have been featured in our game stories, but what we are really excited about is providing multiple opportunities to not just shine as athlete, but si Josh pwede to, di ba? Pwede na mag-host ng sariling show. And that's the excitement we have, because what we see in the UAP athlete is not just an excellent competitor, but someone who can share so much. You can share stories, you can interview other athletes. So that's what we're busy with. Doubling up on the men's volleyball, we're actually already training former men's players to hopefully join our broadcast team as early as this season. So you have former men's players who will talk about the men's game. Diba? It sounds just about right. So ano lang siya, it's our long-term plan, it's a long-term process, and in the future, we cannot wait to see Josh, Det, Angel, Nika, and all the rest of the UAP athletes na they'll be part of our shows, part of our platforms, and part of our programs. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sir Miko and Miss Teresa. I saw some of our athletes looking and hearing that with excitement, but I also saw some athletes, shaking and maybe a little bit shy, but maybe, the time will come and they'll have their debut in the broadcast team. But for now, Sam, now that we've heard from, our team representatives in attendance, why don't we learn more about the competition from our teams themselves? And let's begin with our coaches.
That's right. We actually have some of our team representatives in attendance. So let's get to know more about their teams this season. So we have a question for our head coaches. I'm going to go ahead and read it out first. So please tell us, how different is your team heading into the season 87, coming from the last season, season 86? And maybe you'd like to take us into your preparations for this upcoming volleyball season. So to our coaches who would like to share, please just raise your hand, and the floor and the spotlight is yours. All right. Okay, yes, maybe we have to warm up, medyo shy, but let's go ahead and start with National University, right there, front and center. So, coaches, please tell us about your preps this season 87.
Good afternoon po sa inyong lahat. Same pa rin naman kung ano yung naging performance, naging preparation namin last year. Dinagdagan lang namin, although yung mga pre-competition namin, hindi kami naging kompleto or hindi kami nakasali sa mga naging preparation namin ng 2023. Dinagdagan namin naman ng international exposure. Siguro yung magiging goal namin ngayon na makuha yung championship is ready na po kami. Thank you po.
Thank you so much, Coach. Now, maybe we can move on to the UST side. Same question for you, coaches. How different is this version of the teams that we'll be seeing this season 87? And kumusta yung mga preparations during the off-season?
For this year, hopefully we can still appear in the finals. So about our preparation, it's the same. But I'm quite happy that I have the best lineup this year. So that's it.
Best lineup, love it. This is what the press con is all about. All that hype. Now let's hear from Far Eastern University. FEU?
Good afternoon, everyone. Preparation namin for this season, siguro masasabi ko na confident kami na lalaro kami na maayos. And gold is the goal this season. Yung numbers namin sa V-League, yung numbers namin sa Spikers Turf, yung mga tune-ups namin na preview, siguro masasabi ko na well prepared kami this season. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach. And let's move on to University of the Philippines, our host school for this season. We have Coach Benson Bakbak. Maybe would like to answer. New head coach for the UP team. Same question, kumusta yung mga preparations during the off-season? And, what are you excited for your team?
Wala namang special sa preparation. So, court training lang, mga SNC, and then technical training, tapos off-season. So, I think we'll have some changes this season. And umihirit. So, confident din tayo. We'll bring some change. Thank you.
Exciting. Thank you so much, Coach. Now, we have another question to our remaining 4 coaches. This is, by the way, for the men's or the women's team. So please go ahead and share if you have any insights. What is the most crucial factor to your team's success this year, in your opinion? So let's go ahead and check in with De La Salle University.
Good afternoon po. I think wala namang ganun kalaking changes. It's just that gusto na lang namin punuan yung last season na we kinapos kami. So, tabawin lang namin yung ngayong taon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach. Now maybe we can move on to Adamson University to answer the same question. What is the most crucial factor in your opinion for your team success?
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I think sa akin, sasandalan ko ngayon is yung mga seniors ko. Most of the time, sa team ko, yung composition nila is yung core ko, ang mga senior. Kaya I think doon ako sasandal sa kanila. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach. Now let's hear it for the Ateneo de Manila University. Please tell us the most crucial factor to your team's success this year, Coach.
Siguro yung crucial factor sa amin para manalo ngayon is yung change sa sistema namin. But syempre yun nga, dahil yung mga players namin is very naman sila, mature enough. So siguro doon din, same as sa Adamson, doon din ako magre-rely sa mga seniors ko and sa mga players last year.
Thank you so much, Coach. And last but not the least, we can move on to UE and ask the same question. What do you think is the key factors to your team's success this season?
Good afternoon po. Sa UE po is, we're very confident naman po. And yung sa akin naman po is yung aking mga seniors din po. And sinasabi ko lang naman po sa kanila na hindi naman po kami kulang. We're complete pa rin naman po. And then, ngayong season po is, we're very confident na makakapaglaro po kami ng competitive this season 87.
Maraming salamat, Coach. Now, we also want to hear from our other coaches in the house. For NU, we've got Coach Sherwin Meneses. Would you like to tell us about, what do you think is that secret formula for success this year or mga preparations this season, Coach?
Good afternoon po. Yung preparation, medyo hindi ganun kahaba, pero nagre-rely kami sa mga seniors namin. Hopefully, I think last playing years nila for this season is talagang ma-defend nila yung crown nila. Nandiyan naman sila palagi. Hopefully, ready na rin sila talaga ngayong season.
Thank you so much, Coach. And we can move on. We want to hear from our UST coach, another UST coach rather, Coach Kung Fu. We want to hear about your surprises this season 87 and what are you looking forward to for this season for your team?
Surprise is from Mini Miss You to Miss Universe yung lineup namin. Nag-practice kami sa catwalk, mga ganyan. So, hopefully umabot ulit kami ng kahit Final Four. Doon lang muna kami. Tapos, yun lang. May mga rookies din kami na mag-fill in doon sa, especially yung kay mga injuries namin ng pre-season. So yun, new face ulit yung UST. Thank you.
Wow, what a surprise talaga from UST. Coach Kung Fu, kung ikaw magkakatwalk din, baka kami rin magulat, diba? But thank you very much, UST. Para naman sa FEU, Coach Tina Salak, do you have any surprises up your sleeve this season 87? Kamusta yung mga preps niyo, Coach?
Good afternoon din po. So actually yun sa amin kasi relying ako dun sa mga rookies. Malaking factor sila sa team. And then, malaking addition din sila dun sa core ng lineup. But sa Prep naman, still the same. Baon lagi namin yung hard work. So, yun naman lagi eh. And nag-eye din kami doon sa katulad ni sinabi ni Coach Ed, yung goal namin is the gold. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach Tina. And we have a last question. Of course, we want to hear from Coach Noel or Cooley of De La Salle University. Hi, Coach Noel. Kumusta naman yung preparations during the off-season? And, you know, we're looking at a new roster. A lot of people have stayed, but we also have a new captain. So what are we excited for, Coach?
Good afternoon, everybody. Yung preparation namin, since last year, medyo hindi naging maganda yung performance. Nagkaroon ng untoward incidents. Siguro ngayon, yung mga bata eager na makabalik, makabawi, especially si Angel nga. So, hopefully, itong season na to, maging maganda yung performance nila. At sana wala na ring injuries sa lahat ng team. Maging maganda yung maging tapos ng tournament. Walang injuries.
Thank you very much, Coach Noel. And thank you to all of our coaches for the little sneak peek into the preparations of your teams this year on the men's and women's division. Now, Kyla, of course, we want to hear from the players as well. Now, as like in a true courtside reporter fashion, let's go into the different sections, different tables that we have here para makausap natin yung ilang mga players here in the venue.
Yes,
so, let's get it started with this question. Alamin natin, you know, who are they excited to face? Who are their idols in the UAAP? Now, let's hop into our first school right here in front. Of course, your alma mater. We have De La Salle University. Who can we speak to here, Kyla?
Yes, Sam. Well, we have... Let's start with Angel Canino, right over here. And if you could answer Sam's question, you know, you're the newest captain of the Lady Spikers. Kumusta naman yung pag-embrace mo sa role na to, this new chapter sa volleyball career mo? Wait, what? As the newest captain of the Lady Spikers, Angel, kumusta naman yung the past off-season, stepping into this new role sa team mo?
Siyempre, bagong opportunity for me po. Pero, siyempre, dadaan din naman po lahat tayo sa rocky road bago mapunta doon sa kung saan tayo comfortable. But yung off-season po namin, masasabi po talaga namin na maraming kaming obstacle na hinarap. But at the same time is, yan din yung dadalhin namin this coming season 87 po. Yun lang po.
Thank you so much, Angel. Very, very excited to see what you guys have in store. Maybe let's move on here to the NU table. Right over here, we have our MVP, Miss Bella Belen. If I can ask you a question real quick, Bella. Kumusta Hello, kumusta yung off-season? And, you know, what are the highlights ng off-season yun, yung preparations nyo that you think will really fuel your squad in defending the crown?
Siguro ang pinaka-highlight po nung off-season namin is yung nag-transfer si Coach Sherwin sa amin. Kasi new system, parang every year, every season, nagpapalit kami ng coach. So, paiba-iba kami ng sistema. And nung off-season, medyo nahirapan pa kami na ma-adapt yung pinapractice ni Coach Sherwin na sistema. And I think ngayon medyo nakukuha namin paunti-unti. And I'm confident na magiging maganda yung performance namin this season. Yun na po.
Perfectly said. Thank you so much, Bella. Maybe Sam, you can ask a little more
Yes,
questions.
let's head over to España. We've got UST. I want to hear from the men's side. We've got Josh Ibanez. So my question for you, Josh, is who is your, you know, idol or rival na, alam mo yun, excited kang makalaro this season 87?
Yung idol ko po na gusto ko makalaban talaga this season, si Dat tsaka si Belen. Ay, sorry. Kala ko babae ako.
Innovation, why not, diba?
Pwede sa women's. So ano po, siguro handa naman akong harapin lahat. Ayun po, siguro ang pinaka na-excite ako na kalabanin is yung mga yung Ateneo, FEU, tsaka, FEU, tsaka, basta yung hindi kami nanalo nung elimination last year. 2 beses nila kami tinalo, so ngayon hindi kami papayag. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. Abangan namin yan, yung moment na makalaban niyo yung mga idols mo. But Kyla, now let's head over to the other side. We've got the UP Fighting Maroons. Now from España, we head over to Diliman. Let's hear from Nika Celis in the women's division.
Hello po. Ano ba? Ay, may tanong na ba?
Question is, who are you most excited to face this season, Nika?
I think all of the teams we're very excited to play against. There's not really much teams that like we're overly excited because we believe every team is a challenge. So we're rather more focused on how we're gonna perform rather than focusing on how they would perform. So all of the teams are very excited to play against it. So. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nika. Now, Sam, I think it's time for the exciting part of the program, or the part of the program that our media friends have been waiting for.
Yes, we want to get everybody involved here with our little Q&A, so you can ask any of our VIPs, our coaches, or athletes here on the floor. To our media friends, if you have any question, please approach the mic. Here at the center, just state your name, where you're from, and who you are addressing your question to.
Good afternoon po. This is Philip Mattel of Rappler. My question is for either Commissioner Verano or Attorney Rebo. Alas po is, of course, preparing sometimes. Meron din po sila overseas training camp. So, what would be the UAP's ruling on this? Parang hahayaan po ba silang train abroad, and then paano pa yung mawawalang players sa roster? Can they be replaced or something like that?
As to, you mean parang generally support to the national sports program? Now, well, from the UAP standpoint, no, of course, that's our reason for being at its very core, no, and what's distinct, I think, what sets volleyball apart is that the FIVB calendar, the UAP calendar rather, is kind of aligned with the FIVB calendar. So very few on conflict. Meron lang yata last year na nagsabay yung SEA Games na normally December, pumasok sa UAP calendar, no? But suffice it to say that we are in support. Of course, that's a reason for being. That's our raison d'être, if I may. But of course, also the UAP does not naman impose any on the. At the end of the day, the schools may have a say in it, and of course, the individual student athlete also has a say in it. So yun yung that's the way the decision making goes.
So to clarify, attorney, papayagan po ng UAP kunwari lumabas yung player for training camps abroad during if ever tumama sa season yung.
Oh, it's their call, yes. Okay. But as to replacement, wala na. When they're in the lineup, after the eligibility reports are submitted, that's it. No? So it's the call of the coach, the school, and the individual student athlete.
Now, let's move to another topic, attorney. Yung sinabi niya po kanina yung best foreign player. So, will it apply this second sem already or next year na po?
As I've said, no, it was actually in effect in season 87. As early as opening, no, ng basketball. It just so happened that certain Kevin Kiambao wouldn't let go of the award. So it would have been tested. It wasn't tested then. Not naman tested, but it wasn't applied just precisely because a local emerged as the number one in terms of statistical points. So in case a foreign student athlete emerges as the supposed MVP, he will be awarded best foreign student athlete, while the award na kung sino yung number one local will be still adjudged MVP.
Will this affect their placing in the mythical five if ever, yung student athlete, foreign student athlete?
Pasok ko. And everything else stays the same.
Thank you.
Eligible pa rin siya, in short, for all other awards.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. We're ready for next question, please.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Bea Lorenzo from NU The National, and I have a question, of course, for the new Bulldog coach, Coach Sherwin. So clinching a championship with this team during the preseason tournament, and as a champion coach professionally, how is the pressure, or is there a pressure, or your thoughts with the endeavor of a back-to-back championship?
Thank you. Yung pressure naman, lagi naman nandyan. inihanas lang namin yung pressure. Yung about sa back-to-back championship, siguro one game at a time lang muna kami. 1 point at a time. So, talagang paghahandaan namin lahat ng teams. So, yung result talaga medyo hindi pa namin masabi. Pero we are ready na naman this season 87.
Thank you po.
All right, thank you very much. Now, to our media friends, is there anybody else who would like to ask a question? Go ahead.
I'm Peter Atencio, Manila Stand. Good afternoon po. This is the coach to the coaches of NU. Gaano ka-challenging ang pagbabalik sa inyo sa finals ngayong season na to? Given that you were able to sweep the men's and women's titles last year. Yes. Considering na yung mga ibang teams they had us rebuilt last season in the postseason of season 86. Season 87.
Well, kami naman mga coaches dito, goal naman namin talaga every season is mag-champion talaga. And yun lang, nagiging in my part talaga, medyo may motivation lang kami kasi ngayon is parang may chance kami na maging paipit. Siguro yun lang yung and hopefully matrabaho pa namin and makuha namin yung goal namin and yung motivation na hinahawakan namin ngayon season 87.
Yes, yes. Yes, sir.
Yun nga, kagaya ng sinabi namin kanina, one game at a time muna. Yung champion last year is pass na. So, bagong UAAP, siguro bagong laban. So, lahat ng teams nagpe-prepared. So, dun lang muna kami. Every game lang muna.
This next session is to coach, to Commissioner Rebo. Executive Director Rebo pala, sorry. Sir, any chance that gymnastics could be added to the calendar of activities of the UAAP, considering na meron tayong mga malakas na gymnast in one school, and then there are some gymnasts na from a certain Olympic gold medalist na may mga who has roots in UAAP. Yon.
Okay.
In a UAP school.
Yeah, if you're talking about chances, of course there's a chance, no? But I'm not limiting this to the sport of gymnastics. It goes with any other sporting event that needs to be introduced in the UAP. And the guideline right now is, from the UAP standpoint kasi, of course, mag-organize kami, but it's relatively easier, no? Ang gagawin ko lang naman namin from the secretariat or the, is to hold the event. The other challenge that needs to be realized by everyone is that the individual member schools have to put up and maintain those teams.
Yeah.
So yun yung challenge. So for as long as, kasi it would mean scholarships, funding for the coaches, uniforms, etc., etc. So kung meron silang program, and I think the current rule right now is if we have at least 6, yun na yung rule, no? Any event ito if you have at least 6 schools participating, then we can introduce any new sporting event. Again, dalawa kasi yan the challenge is from the UAP standpoint, which is again relatively easier, magpapalaro lang kami. The bigger challenge is for the schools who have to maintain those new teams for the year, not just during competition.
Yes.
So yun, for as long as there are 6 schools na meron gymnastics program, then we can begin. Or any other sport for that matter. 6 is a threshold.
Yes.
Better kung 8.
At the moment po ba, is there a call for additional sports like gymnastics?
Well, kasi there's a call because of the excitement, no, and the hype after the Olympics, no, or other international events. There have been calls, but whether or not the schools will actually come up with those programs is another matter.
Yes.
So pinapag-usapan siya, yes. But yun nga, ang sabi lang ng UAP from our point of view is that for as long as you come up with a team, para wag naman 2 lang, gawin naman nating 6.
Yes,
6.
yes.
So if there are 6, then it's a go. And that goes for any other sporting event that you want to be introduced. masaya nga yun eh. But again, the challenge is also from the member school standpoint.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We have another question from the media. Go ahead.
Good afternoon po, John Mark Garcia from Spin.ph. For ED Revo po, before the basketball season po, the changes on the residency rules was quite the discussion then, and there were some qualms, I guess, from the basketball team. So, would just like to ask po, kamusta po yung naging reception po ng volleyball coaches and ng teams po sa modified residency rules, and meron po bang plan siguro to, or meron na po, part na po ba ng long-term vision din to make adjustments po dun sa existing rule change, or you're contented naman po so far with how it's been implemented po over the first semester?
Well, first to clarify, no, it's not actually a residency rule because we
Transfer.
still have the same rules on residency. This actually on the remaining eligibility years. No, that's quite a difference. No, you tend to confuse one with the other, but it's quite different. As to the reaction of the volleyball coaches, wala namang nakakarating so far kasi I believe that at this point, ang importante kasi that this has gone through the process, a long process actually. We have layers, no, a long discussion from the sports committee, elevated to the board of managing directors, deliberated upon, moved, seconded, divide house if necessary, and then elevated to the board of trustees. Dumaan siya sa proseso eh. So it's just a matter probably of communicating, explaining, and justifying it to the stakeholders, particularly the coaches, whose point of view naman is to compete, and maybe the student athletes who may be affected. But at the end of the day, for as long as the procedures are followed and explained properly, people are willing to listen and accept these decisions.
Thank you, Edie. Thank you.
You have another question from the media? Go ahead.
Mark Escarlote from Daily Tribune. I don't know kung kay attorney or kay Compo. Kasi sa PVL, sa challenge system nila, sa video challenge, may mga ibang calls na pwede na dinagdag. May ganong innovations ba dito sa season na to?
As I mentioned earlier, we're including the Reaching Beyond challenge to the existing 6 standard challenges that the PBL is also using. But again, this is the UAAP. It's a collegiate event organization. So we try to align ourselves with the FIVB rules and regulations. And based on those rules and regulations, the Reaching Beyond is the latest challenge that was included for the video challenge system. So the rest will be the same, net, antenna, floor touch, etc., etc. Thank you.
Sa mga coaches naman, just to make it fun, sa women's muna, just one name na sa tingin nyo magbibigay ng sakit ng ulo sa inyo from the opposing team. No explanation needed. Coach Kung Fu, hindi ka nakatingin na. Just one name ng makakalaban nyo na magbibigay ng sakit ng ulo sa inyo. Just one player from the opposing team. No need to explain. Name lang.
One player. Adi kay Angel na lang. Angel Belen.
Sa other teams pa po. Coach.
Kay Shivana Lapot.
Angel kanina and Belen din.
Coach.
Kay Bella po. Wala naman, kay Bella na lang siguro. Isang sagot lang, di ba?
One name lang.
Kay Bella.
Sa opposing team.
Hindi ako medyo familiar pero si Angel na rin siguro. Thank you.
Coach Tina.
Shivana.
Coach.
Si Angel din. Hindi. Sa UST si Poyos, then si Bella.
Coach Jeep. Coach Vince.
Siguro si Lapot sa Lasal and then si Belen sa NU.
Doon naman tayo sa ano. Yun nga, sinagot nga ng mga WIMS coaches. Ibabato ko yung tanong kay, kay Angel tsaka kay Bella. So, para sa inyo ba, honor yung tingin nila, kayo yung magpapahirap sa kanila or challenge para sa inyo? Kasi nabanggit ng mga coaches, kayo yung opposing coaches na kayo magbibigay ng sakit ng ulo sa kanila. Sa tingin nyo, challenge ba yan o honor na ganyan yung tingin sa inyo ng ibang coaches?
It's both an honor po and a challenge as well. Hearing na parang na-challenge po sila makes me wonder din po na may impact din po pala ako. And then, a challenge po also kasi syempre mas lalong tumataas po yung expectations ng mga tao. Yun po.
Bella.
You can also hear from Bella Belen, our MVP, of course. Go ahead.
Siyempre, same din po kay Angel. Na at the same time, honored and challenged din. Kasi, yun nga, hindi ko pa naman ina-expect sa sarili ko na ito na yung best. So, very lang, na nakikita ng ibang teams and coaches na maganda yung ginagawa namin as a team and as a player. And yun, at the same time, nakaka-challenge din siya sa sarili ko kung paano ko ipe-perform yung sarili ko every game and kung paano ko tutulungan yung team ko.
Thank you, Bella and Angel. Thank you for that question.
Sa men's din para lahat. Ganun din, Coach Oji, same question. Sino yung papahirap sa inyo?
Madami masyado sa men's team that every time we have a match, I have to prepare for my team. Pero pinaka would be that guy. Tagibolos.
Siguro sa amin si Doc Sembaw.
Sa ngayon po, tingin ko si Leo Orjales.
Sa amin siguro si Josh Ibanez from UST.
Sa akin, si Angel din yata. Hindi, joke. Si Josh sa UST.
Sa amin naman, possible. Josh and Budin from NU.
Sa amin naman po, si Josh din.
Sa amin sa Adamson sa inyo, si Josh and si Budin din.
Yun po, ibabalik ko yung question kay Budin, kay Josh, kay Renz. Yung mga pangalan nyo nabanggit mga coaches, ano masasabi nyo dun sa honor ba siya or challenge sa inyo coming this season?
Same lang po sa sinabi ng dalawa kong sister, si Angel tsaka si Bella. It's both an honor and a challenge po. Knowing na may threat pala ako sa kanila. And ayun, I think, di ko naman magagawa lahat ng kaya kong gawin inside the court without my teammates, without the guidance of our coaches. And ayun po, masaya ako and at the same time, nakaka-pressure na kailangan kong higitan pa yung mga ginawa ko before. Yun po. Thank you.
Renz.
Thank you so much. Now, do we have another question from the media? Maybe a last question?
This is for Ma'am Risa. I just want to get for confirmation clarity purposes. The high school boys football game will be shown live on Pilipinas Live and no live on the TV end, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
What about for the other second semester sports? Not are we expecting broadcast on or at least on Pilipinas Live?
Yes, there are actually more sports than what I mentioned earlier. I forgot, there's the upcoming esports tournament, so that one we will cover as well. We are waiting for the schedules of the next tournaments to come in, but definitely we will make room for them in Pilipinas Live and the Varsity channel when possible.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I think that's a wrap for our question and answer portion. Thank you to our media friends and to our VIPs, coaches, and athletes for taking part in this conversation this afternoon. Actually, guys, the program is almost over, but before we say goodbye, we want to hear a few more words from one of the main stalwarts of the UAAP.
Yes, Sam. Now, everyone, please give a warm round of applause for our Executive Director, Sir Rebo, for his closing remarks.
What else is there to say? Can I greet everybody a happy Valentine's Day? I say that, I won't nagkataon, but really volleyball gives a different vibe. I was discussing this, I believe, with Kuya Miko. It seems like volleyball is different in a sense that where after a fierce play, a student athlete can transition from a fierce expression to a smile in a split second. So ibang-iba po talaga siya. And also, just like to mention, yung expression na a deep appreciation for what we have right now. Malayo pa, I'm sure. Many things have to be worked on, especially on the men's side. As they say, malayo pa, pero malayo na. There was a time, and I confirmed this, when Coach Mark and Coach Bo would tell me stories that both the men's and women's finals would be played in the UP gym, and we don't even recall magkano lang yung binabayad. And you can get away with walking in the gym. Di ba? Libre pa nun eh. So, 10 pesos ang bayad. So we have gone a long way. So we have to put everything in context, appreciate what we have right now. But again, we still continue to work with that. So I mentioned, just to close, I just mentioned, well, again, the month of love. But we cannot have love if there's no respect for one another. And I think it is a UAP fundamental value that we should remember, not just between teammates, coaches, officials, media, our broadcast partners, the fans, sponsors, security personnel, and all our stakeholders. For sure, on Saturday, temperatures will rise, tempers will flare because of our deep emotional commitment that we have for our teams. But in the end, that's a good thing. If we have that respect and love for one another, that is the only way that we will emerge in May stronger, better, together. Again, happy Valentine's. Magmahalan po tayo.
Very well said, Edie Rebo. Thank you very much. And on that note, advance happy Valentine's Day, and be sure to catch the UAAP volleyball tournament happening this weekend. Now, Kyla, and to all of the coaches, it's now time for our quick photo op. So we would like to invite all the coaches to please stand up. And we will begin with a photo of the men's volleyball tournament first. Again, our women's coaches, you may stay on the side first. And our men's volleyball coaches will take a photo before anything else.
we kindly requesting again our men's volleyball coaches to kindly compress in the middle so we can take our group photo, and later on we will take a photo of the women's volleyball coaches.
Thank you very much to our men's coaches. Now let's call on the women's volleyball coaches to please come here at the center. Oh, one more. Okay, thank you once again. Now let's call on the women's volleyball coaches to please come up at the center.
Once again, we are calling the women's volleyball coaches to kindly compress in the center of the stage for a group photo.
All right, thank you very much. Up next, we have our commissioner with our executive director and all coaches. Again, all coaches, please come up at the center together with Edie Rebo and our commissioner. All coaches, please come up at the center, please. One more, one more.
All right, thank you so much, coaches, for joining us. Last but not the least, may we kindly call on all Board of Managing Directors members present to join us in front for a group photo to commemorate this event. Once again, we are calling all Board of Managing Directors members present to kindly join us in front for a group photo to commemorate this event.
Our BMD, Board of Managing Directors, please come up at the center for a quick photo before we close the program. Again, our Board of Managing Directors, please come up here in front. Please compress at the center, our BMD. Thank you very much. All right, thank you very much to our BMT and to everybody present. Congratulations, everybody, as the press conference has finally come to a close. But before we go, another reminder that our volleyball games will be available across all Signal TV platforms this season, meaning on pay TV via the UAAP Varsity channel, free to air on One Sports, and anytime and on any device via the Pilipinas Live app, also available for fans all over the world.
Sam, I can't wait for our opening weekend, but for now, we'll have to say see you guys later. Once again, my name is Kyla King Sue. See you all at the opening weekend here at the Mall of Asia Arena this Saturday.